Hello everyone, welcome back to Enginuity Lab. This is part 13 of our CATIA V5 V6 engine assembly series. In today's tutorial, we shall model the rocker spring directly from the provided engineering drawing using the CATIA V5 part design workbench. Besides creating the complete 3D model, we shall understand the purpose of rocker spring, how it works inside the valve train, and why its dimensions are important for proper engineering operation or engine operation. By the end of this lesson, you shall know how to create accurate helical spring using CATIA V5 and understand where this component fits in the V6 engine assembly. Let's begin. Understanding the rocker spring. Before we start modeling, let's understand this component. The rocker spring is a compression coil spring mounted around the rocker shaft between rocker arms. Its primary functions are maintaining the correct spacing between the rocker arms, prevent unwanted side movement during engine operation, keeps the rocker arm properly aligned with the valve stem, reduce vibration and impact caused by high-end engine speed, helps maintaining smooth valve actuation. Although the rocker spring doesn't directly open or close the valve, it plays an important role in maintaining alignment and stability within the rocker assembly. So next go and let's study the drawing first. From the drawing, we can identify the material, which will be chrome silicon steel ASTM A401, and the outer diameter, which will be 27.25, and from the center to the wire diameter it is 12.4 mm, and the wire diameter is 2.45 mm. Okay, and the pitch of the spring is 5.08, overall length 30.3, the end support dia are like 26.7, and the thickness is 1.5, the plate thickness at the ends, and there is a inner diameter of 12.7 mm. Since this is a helical spring, the most important parameters are the helix diameter, wire diameter, pitch, total height, and number of revolution. These dimensions completely define the spring geometry. We shall create this spring using the simple workflow. First, our model sequence will be create the center axis, then we will create the helix, sketch the wire profile, then sweep the circular profile along the helix, then create the end faces, and then we will apply the material and visualization. This method produces a clean and fully parametric model. So now go to CATIA, start, mechanical design and part design. I am renaming this one as rocker spring, and OK. So we will start creating the first we will create the center axis. For that, here as we are going to create the helix first, I will go to start, shape and generative shape design. Because the helix command is, you can find it only on the surface workbench or generative shape design workbench. It is not available on the part design workbench. So here first, to create a helix, we know need a axis and a point. Okay, so here I will select the YZ plane, then position the sketch and say OK here, and I will create a point on the horizontal axis, and the point from the vertical axis will be the distance, which will be here you can find this is 12.4 mm. Okay, make it 12.4. Now click on the exit workbench. So as we create the point, then we have two axes also created, the vertical axis and the horizontal axis. So I don't need to create the axis here. So next, as we have a point, we can directly create a helix here. So click on the helix. Then it will ask for a starting point. So our starting point will be this one. And the axis, here we can directly select the Z axis, right click and Z axis here. Okay. Now it will ask for the pitch. What is the pitch here? 5.08. 5.08. We can put it. And the height. How much height we have? 30.3. I can make it 30.3. Preview and OK. So here we create the helix profile. Now to create the wire profile or wire diameter profile, a circular profile. For that, either we can directly click on the circle and select this point, and in the support I can select this one and full circle of radius. What is the radius here? What is the diameter here? It is 2.45 mm. The diameter is 2.45, that means 2.45 by 2. Or we can create a sketch as well. As per how you are going to create, you can do on that way. Here it is easy to create a circle, so I am creating a 3D circle here. Okay, now go to start, mechanical design and part design. As we are going to make this each a solid one, so we will not create the sweep with surfaces. Here I am going to use the rip tool. Okay, then I will select the profile. The profile will be the circle one, and the center curve will be the this one. Okay, here you can see it is like it's creating a conical shape, because it is showing keep angle option. Okay, if I change it to pulling direction and say Z axis, then you can see the change. If I say again to pulling direction, then it will be like, when you see from this one, it is like this is smaller one and here it is big one. If I say pulling direction and Z axis, you can see everywhere it is same or same diameter. Now say OK. So we create the coils or helix. Now it's time to find what here the total length will be 30.3. So as we have created this one, it has some extra length here. So I need to trim those one. So first of all, click on the YZ plane again, position the sketch. Okay, we need to trim the ends so that it will perfectly create. Now I will create a rectangle. Okay, now this one to be the vertical lines are symmetry about the vertical axis. Okay, what is the length here? 30.3, and it will start from horizontal axis. Coincidence. Okay, we can give this length as well. How much you can give? 27.25, more than 27.25. Okay, if I say 27.25, then also it is okay, no issue on that. Then click on the exit workbench. Then I can use the pocket tool. Here I will say mirror extend. Here the depth is 20 mm. If I do like this, then it will remove the inside section of this one, like the orange part will be removed and the solid part will be stay. If I say reverse the side and preview, now you can see I have the inside part is stay and the outside part, this one is removed, and okay. So here we have created this one. Now we need to create the end profiles, or so here we have end plates or end faces, where the diameter will be 27.25. okay, and there is another diameter 12.7 mm. So here end diameter is 26.7, not 27.25. Here it is given 26.7. So what we can do, we can create directly by click on the YZ plane, position the sketch. Okay, here I will create a profile, start from the center point like this, this and this, and this thickness is given 1.5 mm, 1.5, and diameter is given 26.7. So here I am going to create the half section, 26.7 by 2. Okay, same way I can create another rectangle like this. Now this is 1.5, this one to this one, this is 30.3, the total length. Okay, now click on the exit workbench and use the sharp tool, and the center axis will be this one, and okay. Now you can see this is created. Now next is to create the inner diameter. Okay, so inner diameter will be 12.7, a through hole to both the sides. So click on this face, position the sketch, reverse the edge and say okay, fit all. Now click on the circle and create a circle of diameter 12.7, which will be the center point of this one to be created at the origin. Now click on the exit workbench, then pocket and say up to last here, then it will create till this end and say okay. So our 3D model is created. We can hide the axis and plane section. The rocker spring is created. The 3D model of rocker spring is created. Now it's time to apply the material. Okay, so you know how to apply the material. Click on the rocker spring, apply material, then go to the metal section. Here I can apply the chrome. H we have the material given is chrome silicon steel ASTM A04401. So I am applying here the chrome. Okay, or we can apply the steel, both one. Apply material and okay. So here the chrome is applied. Now edit this one, properties. Here in the feature properties I can change the feature name, the exactly same here, chrome silicon steel, chrome silicon steel ASTM A402, ASTM A401, not 2, and close it, close the bracket and say okay. Now you can see the name of the material is changed, and to visualize the material or rendering of the material we can say shading with material. So you can see the material is applied to this one. Now as we have completed everything, we model the spring, then we apply the materials. Now we can verify the model or verify the dimensions, like the overall height from this one to this one, it is 30.3. okay, outer diameter like this diameter we can check 13.35. we can check this one. Here it will not show anything because this is a spring, it will show only the area. Okay, so we have to check the other things like the inner diameter, wire diameter, coil, pitch, number of coils and end geometry. Everything should be matched the drawing accurately. Inside our V6 engine assembly, this rocker spring is installed on the rocker shaft. It sits between the rocker arm and provides the required preload. It helps maintain rocker spacing, prevent lateral movement, reduce vibration, improve valve train stability. Although it's a relatively small component, it contributes significantly to reliable valve train operation. During this tutorial, we use the sketcher, wireframe and surface design, helix, plane, rib, constraints and measurement tools, and also the applying material. These are essential CATIA tools for creating spring and other helical mechanical components. So we have successfully created the rocker spring from 2D engineering drawing in CATIA V5 while learning its function within the V6 engine train, valve train. This component is another step in completing V6 engine assembly series. In the next tutorial, we shall model the part 14 where we are going to model the engine valve, where we shall create the engine valve directly from its engineering drawing and prepare it for the assembly with the rocker mechanism. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like the video, subscribe to Enginuity Lab and turn on notifications so you didn't miss the next part of our V6 engine assembly series. Thanks for watching Enginuity Lab. See you on next video.